This is the new PDnation battery from CEENR. Is that how you say it? CEENR. Bit of an odd word. Now, it's not just a battery for CEENR power tools. This is a battery for every power tool. Not every power tool, but if you run Craftsman, DeWalt, Milwaukee, Makita, Bosch, Einhell, Works, both types of Works ones, Black & Decker, Porter Cable, Ryobi, there may be more that I've missed, I don't know. All of those, they can be run with this battery. How on earth does that work, Tools? Because that's just looks like a weird shaped hard drive or a power bank or something. Well, with the aid of one of these, you can turn it into a battery for all the tool brands I just talked about. And maybe there'll be more in the future, who knows? Or will there be a future? This was sent to me for free, along with an adapter for Milwaukee, Makita, DeWalt, and Bosch. And today I'm going to tell you, even though I got these for free, why I think this is a bit shit. Now, I know a lot of people have been waiting for a system like this and they're really happy about it and they think it's really cool, but it's no use for people who use tools every day, and I'm going to tell you why. For starters, it's a 4 amp hour battery and that's it. So that's the only one they make, and by the time you put this on it, it is a fairly big 4 amp hour battery. They turn out to be just a tiny bit bigger than a standard Makita battery 3, 4, 5 or 6 amp hour. So if they were to make a bigger one, because this only has one row of 21700 cells in it, which we will look at later, but if they want to do another row, this starts getting into quite a big clunky battery just to get any decent runtime. That's complaint number one. Next up, it just doesn't feel like a tool battery. It does not feel like it would withstand tool battery abuse. Now, I'm talking about people that use tools every day. I'm not talking about DIY people that use them twice a year. I'm talking about real guys who use them every day. Why won't it last? Well, this is not polycarbonate. It's not PA6 tool plastic with or without glass in it. It is just ABS. So toughness wise, not quite as good as real batteries, shall we say. Not only that, you have to clip this on the top. Now, this is held on with 2 extraordinarily thin rails, which could very easily snap off under impact. And the adapter here is held in place with this tiny little pin. That's it. So you've got more points to go wrong. Where are you? Line up, damn you. So you've got contacts in here that with vibration and everything are probably going to come loose because you've got that set that you would normally have, plus you've got another set there that you would never have in any other battery. So that's a potential failure point. And getting it on and off is not the nicest thing in the world. It's got a very crappy little button on the end here which doesn't really protrude much. And so yeah, held on with that tiny little pin. I mean, it's so small. That could so easily just break off or snap off or just pop off with heavy vibration. And we will look more closely at the inside of these things in a moment, and something confusing going on. So strength wise, I don't think it's that good. When it comes to charging, you cannot charge these things with the adapters on them. So you can't stick a Makita adapter on the top of this, stick it on your Makita charger and charge it. There's only one way you can charge this thing, and that is with one of these. That's right, a USB cable, a USB-C to be precise. You stick a USB-C cable into this little flap on the end. There's also a USB-A here. That is for charging your phone. That's a nice feature, being able to just charge directly from the battery, but I'm going to tell you why it's also a bit dumb. If we look closely at these, I mean, these are held on with the tiniest little flap. I mean, oh, there is not much holding those on at all. That is going to fall off very quickly. And if you are a user of tools every day, this is going to get full of what? Dust, dirt, mud, water, and then how good your USB charger going to be after that? Not very good at all, one would think. Not to mention, you can't pump the current through this like you can through a real charger that you've got plugged into your wall. You just can't deliver the same oomph. So this thing takes forever to charge. They say 90 minutes in the little manual thing it comes with. That would be under the optimum conditions with the best possible amount of power delivery coming from this thing. It took me about 90 minutes just to get it from 3 bars to 4 bars. This thing is super slow to charge, so absolutely no good on a job site because it's not tough enough. It's a pain in the butt to charge and it takes too long to charge. You are going to end up snapping something there, right? These are weak points at the best of times. I mean, I just hear people complain about USBs not working all the damn time. Putting it on your battery is a massive failure point. It has a very cheap, clunky battery fuel gauge. Then there's also the issue of backup. I don't think you're going to get much backup from this company when it comes to these batteries. And are you even going to be able to buy them for very long? I certainly wouldn't put my money on it, because there's a good chance one of these other companies, if not all of them, will sue this company. Now this company, CEENR, makes knockoff battery chargers and knockoff batteries. So they've already got a pedigree of sort of breaking the rules, shall we say. So there's a good chance, if I had to put my money on it, I would say it would be this company that might decide, for more than one reason, to sue this. A, they're using this. B, they're using the lithium-ion cells to make a tool battery. Things that Milwaukee have the patents for. So if they wanted to pursue it, this company might not be around too long, so you might not be getting any backup at all. So for all those reasons, without even using it, this is not a battery for people who use tools every day. So this is a battery designed for people who use tools, perhaps say on a clean bench like this in their garage, once every now and again, a couple of times a month, something like that. And they want to buy a Makita drill and a DeWalt saw and a plumbing tool from Milwaukee, and they don't want to have 3 chargers, which is fair enough. Chargers take up a lot of space. Buying batteries for each system costs a lot of money, so if you could have one that does all of them, fantastic. As long as you baby the battery, because the battery, for all the reasons I've just pointed out, is not going to withstand day-to-day abuse. And if you think that's an exaggeration, then go look at any tradie. The majority of guys will destroy these batteries so fast. This charging point is the biggest failure that I see on it. Let's now test the claims that they don't fit on a standard charger from whichever company you happen to be using. For this one, we're going to use Makita. So it doesn't seem to go on. They've done something to the rails or something to stop it from going on to help prevent trouble. But that then makes me wonder, why on earth have we got the yellow section here? If you're familiar with Makita 18 volt batteries, you'll know this yellow section for balancing the cells in your batteries. But why on earth is it there if you can't put it on the charger? Because this has nothing to do with the tools. The tools do not have an area that clips into that piece. This is what the base of a Makita tool looks like. There is nothing for that yellow area. None of them have anything that reads that. So why on earth would they bother putting it on there? Ooh, that's a tight fit. Are you kidding me? Ooh. Yeah, why is it there? Because it doesn't work on the charger, it doesn't work on the tools. Are they putting it there just to make you think that it's doing something? Just to try and convince you that it's a Makita and that it's actually going to help you in any way? Because this battery is not going to have the cells being balanced by charging it through this tiny little USB-C port, and you can't do it properly through the Makita charger. So does this battery fit on the CEENR knockoff chargers? I don't know. And if so, then does it really have the tech to go through into this and then balance the cells? Or is this all just make-believe? Let's open it up and just have a look if it's actually connected to anything. Now these are about to go on the market, and if after this review you still actually want one, I'll try and find a link and stick it down below. Although personally, price-wise, I don't think it's any cheaper than buying a real battery from what I've seen. But hey, what do I know? I only review tools for a living. Okay, so here it is on the inside. We've got the positive and negative here, and the negative is jumped over to this other contact here. This one here, empty. These aren't the Makita ones, remember. These are just the ones that go in the top of their battery. And all of this can't be doing anything. It all has to be fake. And why do I say that? Well, if you take a close look at that board, you will see there is nothing even on it. Yes, it's got some contacts to attach to the tool. That is the only part that's actually functional. The positive and the negative, like I said. The rest of this board is completely empty. There's nothing soldered onto it. So it's potentially there to put you off and make you think that there's something there, but it also may just be that this is what they use in their other batteries and they haven't got around to changing them out. They just thought, oh yeah, that's easy, we'll just chuck that in there, we just won't bother putting all the other bits on it that we need when we make our fake batteries. But as it stands out of the box, this is, in my opinion, there to make you think this is better than it is. Anyway, let's put this on the actual battery and go and... I have trouble lining those up. Go and put this on an actual Makita tool and see how well she goes, because this is a 21700 battery, and if you're a Makita 18 volt LXT user, you'll know that none of the batteries have anything above an 18650. So let's see how good this goes. Let's test it on a circular saw. If you use battery power tools to make a living every day, then this is probably going to be the thing that tips you right over the edge and puts you off these batteries completely. First, we'll just make sure everything's working right. Sounds good. Let's go. What just happened? It stalled and now it won't go. Let's take a look at the battery. Push the button, nothing happening. No lights visible. Says the battery's pretty much dead. So come back into the workbench for a minute. So still showing nothing. So maybe if we plug in the battery again to charge, maybe something will happen, right? Here's another thing that's a bit sort of odd about it. I mean, they advertise this as, you know, charge it up with your USB cable off your laptop. How many people who are using power tools are doing that? Really? If you're charging up your tool batteries from your laptop, you know, do I need to say any more? It's one of those, if you know, you know. I'm going to tap into it with this. How's this, eh? Power stack with a Ryobi adapter on it. Let's see what happens. Let's plug this in here. Expecting builders to not stuff those in 2 minutes is it's asking a lot. Right, let's see what happened. Have we got, oh look, we got 4 lights back. So 4th light flashing, so that's saying it's up to 3 bars, and the last one is still just topping up. So we can unplug that now, and we're back in action. Hopefully it'll work. Let's get back outside. CEENR battery, take 2. Uh-oh. Exactly the same. Back to the bench to get the thing to work. Now, what happens if I do the same thing with a Makita? Let's stall it with a genuine Makita battery. So I deliberately stalled it there. Now what's going to happen when I pull the trigger? Oh, look at that. I can stall it to my heart's content. And the battery doesn't have a heart attack. The only way it's going to stop is if it gets overheated. A quick little overload and stalls, which happen all the time when you're using cordless power tools, isn't going to affect a real battery on any of the brands. They'll all just start up as soon as you pull the trigger again. Worst case scenario, you have to let it cool down. But I don't think you could even get this to cool down, because it's going to, geez, that's hot already. It's going to overload when you do just about anything, and then it's not going to have the chance to get too hot, you wouldn't think. Back to the bench. So I'm pretty disappointed. I had a bunch of tests and things I wanted to do with this battery, but there isn't really any point. I know people have tested the voltage drop and how many watts and all this sort of stuff. It means absolutely nothing with this battery if you can't actually use it to power your tools on a daily basis. This would be okay if you're putting in small screws with an impact driver, but if you're going to push it at all, it's a waste of time. Absolute waste of time. You cannot use this to help make you money. This is a battery system for people who don't actually use tools. Complain about that comment down in the comment section. But it's true, this is not up to snuff. This is a toy. It's not good enough. It's not good enough to be used. You cannot use this. You could never use this on a work site. It's just not capable in all the ways I've shown you. And so there's no point in me testing it up against the real ones. It's just because it's just going to keep cutting out, and that will drive me insane before the end of the video, having to come and plug it into a crappy USB-C cable to reset the damn thing. That is a major fail. That alone, that having to reset it all the time with a USB-C like that, is enough for me to say that this is a waste of space. If I get one comment from someone who builds houses with tools all day, every day, a builder, not just a DIY or anything, that says that this is a good system and that it looks really good, I will be shocked. Shocked. If you want to use tools from a different system, if you've got one system, say you've got Makita or Milwaukee and you want to buy one from the other brand, you've got Makita tools, you want to buy the Milwaukee nail gun because Makita don't have one yet, just buy one of these and just stick it on top of your battery. It doesn't make it that much different to using one of these, you know. And this will work on all of the batteries that you have. You don't have to buy another separate battery that is, let's face it, potentially not going to last. I can't even be bothered opening it up. I was going to open it up. I was going to have a good old play with this thing, but it's so disappointing. So disappointing. Let's take a look at the battery cells. You can't really see it there, but it's a moly cell. But if you have a look either side of what you can just see as the writing there, it's been blacked out. Somebody has gone through with a marker pen and blocked out all the identifying numbers on the battery cell, which seems pretty damn dodgy to me. So are these even genuine cells? Or if they are genuine cells, are they a bad batch? Or are they not the cells that they're claiming that are in there? They don't have the capacity that they're saying. I don't know. Either way, this battery, there is nothing good about it. It's dodgy as all hell. If you want an odd tool that's different to your battery system, just buy one of these. They're about 20 bucks. This is going to cost you a couple of $100 unless you get it on the opening special. So, and then each one of these is up to like around 25 US dollars each. Oh, and if you think that this is the future, that this is what companies are going to have to do in Europe because they've changed the regulations and brought in a law that says all battery systems have to be compatible with each other through all tools, that's baloney, okay? That was an April Fool's joke. If you've got it from this video, or anybody else who saw this video, that was just some guys pissing about, okay? Doing an April Fool's joke, and so many people seem to fall for it. I know I'll still get comments of people saying that this is a real law. So I can't in good conscience, even though I was sent this by the company, I can't tell you it's good because I think it's not. Okay, so some of you are going to disagree, of course, but here I'm telling you the truth, I'm telling you how it is. This is not up to snuff when it comes to using tools on work sites. It's just not good enough. Now the type of people that are really going to want this and buy it, you know what they are. On the count of three, 1, 2, 3, exactly, cheapskates. People that don't care about copyright infringement, don't care about anything if they think they can get something cheaper. They will buy any piece of crap if they think it's cheaper, and they will pretend it's just as good as the proper ones just to make themselves feel better or something. And they will put up with how annoying this battery is and the ridiculously slow charge time and having to reset it when it cuts out and everything, just so they think they can save a few bucks on having to buy an original one because the companies, they're just ripping us off with the batteries, yada yada. So yeah, it's for those people, and so what more can I say? And I know I've reviewed a few fake tools on this channel just to see if they were any good, you know, out of curiosity compared to name brands. I've never done batteries though, because these batteries are dangerous enough, especially if you saw this video. They're dangerous enough without buying knockoff ones where you have no idea if there's any quality control. They've got nobody to answer to. They slap any old name on. The names on all the knockoff ones change on a weekly basis. So they've got no accountability, and I don't want to risk burning down my house for such things. But of course, cheapskates, don't worry about that sort of stuff. The comment section of this video is going to be a delight. I can see that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know why you like it and why you hate it down in the comment section. I know a lot of people are going to say I was too nasty on it and that other tool reviewers said it was great. Hey, I know a lot of people don't like being told the truth, but there it is. See you later, guys.